Can you give me your name, your rank, and tell me what unit you're with?
My name is Staff Sergeant Carter. I'm with HMH 464.
Okay. And you're based out of where?
I'm based out of Miramar, California.
Okay. And what's your job title, Staff Sergeant?
My job title is a CH-53 crew chief.
Okay, and so for the folks at home who might not understand what that is, talk to me a little bit about what a crew chief does every day.
The crew chief is responsible for the safe management of the crew and the aircraft and mission accomplishment as far as whatever tasking might be at hand for the particular day.
Okay, and so talk a little bit about what your typical day is like. And your typical day, unlike most people's typical day on the job.
My typical day, I would have to say show up, go to a briefing, brief my crew on what's going on for the day's mission, preparation of aircraft, weapons, and execution of the mission itself.
So it sounds to me like you're the guy who kind of makes sure that everything is ready to go. So if you're not there, certain things aren't happening.
That's correct.
Okay, and talk to me a little bit about, and you mentioned day's mission, but that can be a little bit of a misnomer because a day's mission could end up being several days. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, everybody has a piece of the pie out here in the overall big scheme of maneuver. Someone doesn't have their piece of the crust or their piece of the pie up to par, that could set things back as far as mission accomplishment is concerned.
Okay. Now you're based at Camp Leatherneck, but you kind of get out all over Afghanistan. And I know there's lots of things you can't talk about, but talk a little bit about how your mission as crew chief contributes to the overall mission with Marines on the ground there in Afghanistan.
Well, I believe we're a direct link from the supply chain and also the movement of Marines in and around Afghanistan. So you could call us that direct link. We're pretty much the combat FedEx of Afghanistan.
I think that's a good way of putting it. So, explain that a little bit more for me, because you're not only moving people, you're moving stuff. Talk about, just how varied your missions can be.
It could go from internal cargo, whether it be resupply of ammunition, food or water. It could be external cargo. It could be a crane or something that might be detrimental to particular areas. Say a neighborhood's they need to dig for water. We could external that crane from our current location to wherever that area might be to help out for the local populace.
Okay, and this is your second deployment to Afghanistan?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and how have things changed since your last deployment? Talk a little bit about that.
Things seem to be going a lot smoother. They went smooth last time, but I believe the comforts of home, the Marines are very well taken care of out here. There isn't really much of a need of too much, except for maybe contact with family and friends out here. So I mean, we're pretty well taken care of, and it allows for the Marines to stay focused on what needs to be done out here.
And I believe that some Marines have mentioned there is a big difference between last year and this one. What were your impressions when you re-arrived at Camp Leatherneck? What were your impressions of how things have changed there?
I didn't recognize the place. I thought I had everything pretty much memorized and mapped out from the last time I was here a year ago. until now. It seems like a completely different place, another metropolis, so to speak.
Okay, and you touched on this. You mentioned that staying in touch with family and friends really kind of helps you get through that. How are you able to stay connected?
There's obviously telephones. There's a USO. Um, there's also Wi-Fi, internet at the living quarters that we currently have, and then Marines do have computers available at work.
And talk a little bit about how that family support from friends, emails, cards, letters, packages, whatever. Talk a little bit about how that helps all of you make it through the day for folks who may not understand how important that is.
Well, it kind of reinforces what words might say. If you get a letter or a package in the mail or even an email, that there are folks out there that care about what you're doing, and it is important to them as well.
Now, how do you keep your junior Marines motivated? And, the Marines at, same level, your fellow NCOs. How do you guys kind of keep each other going to the next day?
Positive attitude, positive mental outlook on a daily basis. Show up with a smile, leave with a smile.
Okay. And, how many times have you deployed throughout your Marine Corps career? Can you count?
I can't count.
One of the things that I wanted to ask you about, we're coming up on the anniversary of 9/11 this weekend. Can you share your thoughts on what it'll mean for you to be serving on the anniversary of an event that really changed our nation and really is part of the reason why you're there right now?
It means a lot to me to know that I can have a hand in the pot that could possibly stop another domestic attack on U.S. soil. I was a Marine when it happened, and to know that I can prevent any further attacks, it means a lot to me.
Okay. And what do you think you and your fellow Marines will probably be thinking about on that day, on Sunday? Or will you even have time to think about it?
I think the task at hand is more important. Of course, we all need to reflect on what's happened and share those thoughts on those that we lost. But I think the task at hand is more important to prevent anything like that from happening again.
Okay, and obviously, being Marine is not easy. You're required to leave your family and your friends. What makes you do this when most people won't sign up for this?
I like what I'm doing. Actually, I love what I'm doing. To know that that I have a direct impact on the people of Afghanistan and also our nation's mission as a whole, and possibly keeping not only peace here in Afghanistan, but maybe world peace. If I have a hand in that, then I believe that that's what's going to keep me going, and that's what keeps me focused on what I'm doing.
Okay, awesome. And finally, we're getting to the favorite part of my interviews. Talk a little bit about what you miss about. Obviously, you miss your family and your friends, but what are some of the things that you look most forward to doing when you get back home?
Sleep.
Anything else? Favorite food?
You know what? Actually, I can't really think of a favorite food right now. I guess I could say the people is what I miss about home.
Most important thing. And speaking of people,
family and friends.
You've got lots of family and friends who'll be taking a look at this. What message would you like to share with them?
I would like to say that to my family and friends that you were all thought about and missed, and that things are well out here, and that's about it.
All right. And Staff Sergeant, before I let you go, is there anything else that you think is important for the folks at home to know about your mission and why it's important for you to be there that we haven't talked about yet?
No, not at this time.
All right. Well, I know you're very busy. Staff Sergeant, thank you so very much for your time. From everyone here, we want to personally thank you for your sacrifice and for your service to our nation. Thank you very much. Stay safe out there, and hurrah, Marine.
Hurrah.
Hurrah. Bye.